And we're back from yet another break. 2 matches down, 1 more to go. This one is going to be kind of similar to one of the ones we just saw recently, I'd say. It's Stromboli versus RBG Esports. Any initial thoughts before we get into this one, Dazarin?
For me, it's Stromboli. They've been on a very impressive run so far. 4-0 with wins over Absolute Leverage, Chaos, Charlotte, and Monkey Business. Teams going into the rival series you thought were going to dominate, and now they've just completely shut them down and are just... they've only dropped 1 game throughout the entirety of their 4 games, and they're going to start playing against RBG, formerly known as Zookeepers. And Zookeepers, or RBG now, definitely have been having a tough run so far. They lost 1-3 to Chaos, and they lost in a 5-game series versus Omni. So, although Zookeepers / RBG are no slouch, they got to run for their money here.
Yeah, you said it, Zookeepers, not a bad team by any right, but as you look last season, they barely hung in there. They were tied for last place in the rival series and managed to retain their spot here, get back in. And honestly, for Stromboli, they have started off so strong. One of the early favorites here, 4-0, looking to push their undefeated record. So I do think that RBG have got a real, they've got their work cut out for them here in this matchup. This is going to be their toughest test to date. And this is for a team that's 0-2 already this season.
And they already faced against Omni Nation, who are undefeated themselves. Let's take a quick look at the standings so far to see how we got here and where the teams are currently sitting at. Stromboli and Omni Nation both at 4-0, but obviously Stromboli, they have only lost the 1 game so far, looking to continue that going into this matchup as well. RBG all the way at the bottom there, 0-2, but they still have so many more matches ahead of them. There are 10 teams in the rival series, so there is a lot more games going to be played and a lot more time to try and turn things around, at least qualify for next season, and if not, and if you can do it, get and push into that promotion weekend, which I'm sure every team that is in the bottom half of this bracket here are looking to do so, moving on into the further weeks of this amazing rival series. But anything else you can tell us, Daz, about what RBG Esports, from what we've seen in the past and what we've seen currently, can do to really stand out in this series?
For them to stand out, man, it's going to be tough. They're really going to have to get in front of the faces of Stromboli. Heck is definitely a dominant player on Stromboli, and the team plays a lot better with him on the pitch. That being said, it's going to be a pretty tough matchup. I think it really depends on how both teams come out, to say the least. If Stromboli play this comfortable, kind of give themselves the edge here, they will. I feel like it'll give RBG a much stronger chance here, because they're a team that went 5 games with a lot of strong teams last season. So that being said, they have the potential to take this series, but it really depends on if they can come out and close things out. Now, they've only lost 2 series so far in the rival series. We still have plenty of more games to go. So this is definitely going to be a matchup that is kind of like a must-win for them if they want to turn things really around. That being said, you're going against number 1 team right now, so you kind of got the odds stacked against you here.
Yeah, must win is right, and it's gonna be really, really tough. Honestly, I just don't know if I can do it as I look at the roster of Stromboli. And honestly, whether they play Heck or whether they play Andy, it doesn't seem to matter. This is a team that said our sub is just as good as our other 3 players, and we're willing to switch them out. I saw Andy do an amazing job in week 1 as well. So honestly, for Stromboli, I think that they can bring it regardless. I don't know if RBG are going to have the firepower to get it done against a Stromboli team that will just wait for you to come at them. They will just wait, force you to play. If you don't do something against them, they're just going to hold back, and then they're just going to push. That has been their thing. Let the play come to them, push back, and they're so individually talented that they almost always get a chance as they push upfield.
And we'll see exactly what these 2 teams can do in this matchup. But before that, we do want to know your thoughts on who is going to come out on top. Probably can guesstimate who is going to be winning this poll so far. But exclamation point Boli for Stromboli and exclamation point RBG for RBG Esports. Let us know your thoughts on who you think is going to take the victory in this best-of-5 series. I think just going with the favorite here makes the most sense. But RBG Esports they have the potential to take this. It's just there's been so many situations that the former being known as Zookeepers in the last Rival Series season, they just could not get over that hump, the edge of the 5-game series where they were so close so many times. It might go to 5 games this time, but they need the victory if they want to stay in the Rival Series and move on to the RLCS. So I'm going to go with Stromboli.
For me, it definitely is an interesting type of matchup here because if you look at the records right now, I think it's an easy pick for Stromboli. I'll even pick Stromboli for this matchup just so I can have my prediction in. But that being said, you got to look at the history behind the RBG roster. First off, you got to go back to the RBG org, right? The last thing they signed is now Flight in the RLCS. So with them having to come through and picking a team out of all of the kind of like free agent teams out here, going with this particular roster who didn't stay in the Rival Series, they got knocked out, they had to requalify, and they still stuck together and tried to work it out. I think they see the potential in this team. So it's really tough. I do feel like they'll put up a fight. But yeah, I mean, I still got to go with Stromboli at the end of the day. It's just the safest pick at this point.
I wonder what Samael's going to pick now. What's your guess?
I mean, obviously, that's the smart choice, right? I mean, you can look at the record, you can make that choice. You can watch the play, you can make that choice. I think there's a lot of reasons why Stromboli are the way to go. I mean, honestly, before I even saw these guys play, I love Stromboli. Who doesn't love Stromboli? It's a great dish. So, I mean, as an Italian food lover, I got to go with Stromboli regardless of my feelings. But honestly, they are amazing players. I think the viewers, if you have not had a chance to watch these 3 players, you are going to be surprised because these are 3 players that may not be on your radar. But after this match, they very well maybe, they definitely should be.
Well, it's going to be a great series to end off the night for Week 3 of the North American Rivals Series. Take it away, gentlemen, and we'll see how this one goes.
Well, looking at this particular matchup, Sam, again, it's a little spicy. Definitely see the chat votes coming out as we get this one started. And it looks like we're going to have a fair number of people on the Stromboli side, which, again, smart pick. Can't deny that at all, as they've looked really good. I don't know. I've seen the potential of the RBG roster. So I feel like they'll be able to play them a little bit closer here than most teams. I mean, they've always, like you said, last season wasn't as good. They fell really early and they tried to make a push back, but they took a lot of teams to Game 5. So I give them a little bit of credit coming in here.
Hey, I appreciate that. I think Stromboli is going to just run away with this one. Honestly, I got to keep it real. I really think that they're going to come out and just bring it against RBG. But at RBG, 0-2 in the standings, this is their time to shine. They've got to make something here if they want to keep their season. You can't go down too early, and when you haven't even won a single match, you got to get that first one under your belt. So RBG looking for that first win. Stromboli looking to stay undefeated, Daz. Game 1 of our final match of the night.
And a chance here. I mean, already a really interesting kickoff. I think Bambi had to tab back in. His tool tried to dive at the ball. Bambi, you're playing your Rival Series match.
Hey, he's comfortable, you know? Hey, I like it.
He gets a demo, pushes it downfield. And again, this will be upset city if Stromboli drop this one. But look at the pass play. Bambi gets on the board first off the pass from Porkley.
Talked about Stromboli waiting, and for RB, if they can take it to Stromboli, you're not going to be able to wait back. Love that passing play as multiple players connect for RBG Esports. That's exactly what they'll need to do to break through this defense of Stromboli, which are very, very calm and collected typically.
This one, with that first goal, we got ourselves a game here. 4 minutes and 20 seconds on the clock. Ball moves downfield. Heck looking for the shot, but blocked out from Poole. Porklet pushing downfield. A good flick. Forces a double commit between Naraz and J-Pow. Bambi taking his time. They double commit again. They need to talk to each other. That one goes back into their own end. Heck plays it high. Tool laid down. Same pass Bambi got earlier, but J-Pow with the block.
Thankfully there for Stromboli, they get that block from J-Pow. You talked about 2 double commits there, and those were massive. That's very uncharacteristic of this Stromboli squad, and RBG are absolutely pressing Stromboli early.
3 minutes, 40 seconds. Ball moving downfield. Here's Bambi. played off to the side. Heck trying to push this downfield, and it's all the way down to Tool, who will get there and get a nice high ball off the goal line. J-Pow, flip reset. RS gets the shot for Tool again. Another big save coming from him.
Tool's someone we saw last season, Daz. He made a lot of big saves for what was Zookeepers at that time. Not been nearly as defensive this season so far, but he's showing his defensive prowess early in this game.
He is. Alraz on the offense. Shot top corner. And Stromboli strike back.
And it was Tool on the goal line waiting back, had to wait back, and that read from J-Pow backwards off the wall to get that pop out center. Unbelievable play from J-Pow. It was so subtle, but so dangerous.
So, tied up 3 minutes. As we see Stromboli strike back, but this one, Alraz will have to reach for as he tries to find J-Pow. It'll be downfield. I like the soft touch here as Heck doesn't maintain control, but a good come up from Alraz. J-Pow off the board, off the pool. The quick play from Stromboli pays off big time.
Just out of nowhere there, Alraz right up. J-Pow gonna stay up in the zone. That confidence as a team, that confidence from J-Pow, he is gonna hold up in the RBG zone. He's not rotating back. He recognizes that that ball is coming right his direction. We are seeing that confidence now from Stromboli. They have the lead, and for RBG, this is dangerous. We will need to see a response from Tool, Bambi, and Porklet.
Oh no, double commit kind of. Bambi has to adjust. Good cut in from Tool to help out his teammate. J-Pow, high touch. Porklet doesn't bite, so he'll try to throw him off. But RBG on the back end, pop into midfield. Alraz is looking for the top corner again, but just off. Here's Tool. Good touch downfield. J-Pow has a look. He's putting it on target, and Bambi will get the save. Pressure not done just yet. Alraz shot blocked from Tool. RBG holding on here as they look again to try to take it to Stromboli, but Stromboli kind of holding control of the pace here.
Yeah, no doubt about that. We're seeing an RBG keep it close, but these saves are desperation saves just to keep it out, and the boost is running lower and lower from RBG as Stromboli continue to contain and play their game. We really need to see a big clear from RBG.
Heck, he's looking for the shot. Tool went up as respect. He still recovers to make a save, uses his dodge to keep him in the air, and then boosts towards the ball. And Tool on the goal line has been a problem. 5 saves coming out from him as he's been a tough kind of wall. And guys, Stromboli have struggled to get past. Stromboli's still up by 1 though as we approach the final minute here in game 1. Ball in the midfield. Good cutoff for Porklet. Is it open? It's a wide open net. Porklet with the cut gives gives RBG the lead.
What? Okay. What the heck? Literally, heck, what the heck? That's one that Heck is going to watch, and he is going to realize he did not have to make that play at all. Should have stayed back on defense, but Porklet taking advantage of that miscue from Stromboli, a rare miscue from Stromboli.
I'm so used to seeing Stromboli that when RBG scored, it threw me off for a second. Here's RBG moving downfield again as they look to take the lead here. 43 seconds remaining. J-Pow kind of gives it up. Porklet puts it off the backboard. Is anyone there? No, so he'll get a touch down to Bambi. Bambi shot, it goes in, and back-to-back plays from RBG work out.
Hello, RBG. Welcome to the match. And Stromboli, you're about to give this one up. Great play out center as RBG recognizing that Stromboli are shook right now. They gave up that tying goal, and they have not been able to reset. RBG taking full advantage, and now we have just under a minute to play.
Good touch from Bambi to move downfield. Tool and Porklet, they both go up. Tool with the high ball. Can he get a double? He does get a nice challenge on Alraz, and it goes straight to Bambi. A good clear, going to kill a lot of time. Follow up as well. Oh my goodness, Bambi!
Are you kidding me, Bambi? Third goal now, it's the hat trick, and none more pretty than that. That double touch off the wall. Stromboli, who?
Oh my goodness. You gotta clip it. You have to clip it. Excellent solo play downfield. RBG are here to play this series. I told you before we came into it, Sam, you can't count them out. They start this one off really well. Beautiful offensive plays. And that one's going to hit the ground. That's going to be game one for them.
Wow. Wow. Exactly. Wow. I mean, it looked like Stromboli's game. Where was the last, what? That was like 4 minutes of Stromboli, and then all of a sudden, RBG 4 goals? They had 1 goal almost the entirety of this game, then absolutely just woke up, led by Bambi. But let's not even underestimate that defensive effort from Tool. If Tool doesn't make some of those saves early in the game, we don't even get to this point.
Exactly. Like you said, Tool, 5 saves from him. I mean, brick wall on the defensive line. Something that Stromboli just couldn't get past was a reason a lot of their offense failed to work. And although Stromboli, you know, they took the lead back, you thought they would control the game because that's just something we've seen all day today. This RBG team, again, they got the team chemistry. They've been in this position so many times that when it was their moment, they saw a breakout play, tied it up, and they just took the momentum and pushed it all the way through to a game 1 win. Now we're going to get ready to get into game number 2 real quick, Sam, but I'm a little worried for Stromboli here. RBG, I said, again, if they take this series, it's going to be big. It's going to really shake up the standings.
No doubt. That is probably their most impressive game that they have played this season. And no better time than to do it now against this undefeated Stromboli team. So, yeah, I tell you what, RBG looking impressive there. If Bambi can continue that sort of offense that we saw from him, just goals out of nowhere, that last goal, absolutely just beautiful play. Yeah, everybody who thought this might be an easy win for Stromboli, you may be mistaken, but we got a whole nother game here. Game number 2, the clock and the scoreboard are reset, Daz. So every play going to matter here as we're looking for our first goal.
Stromboli have only dropped 1 game out of the last 4 series they have played until now. They dropped their second game, and it's game 1 between them and RBG. As RBG tries to push downfield. Nice high ball. That's on target, but Heck remains patient in net. It's going to be Alraz moving downfield to J-Pow. J-Pow can get a double, but Tool there. And Tool, definite, well worked on defense. The pass play between Portland and Bambi. Tool follow-up shot. Oh, Heck's able to make the save on the goal line. It'll be back into RBG's own end as Heck looking to set up J-Pow. A good shot. It's going top corner, but it just rolls out. And Portland able to clear away the danger.
Glorious chance there coming for Stromboli after they were looking exposed just a little bit on defense. They finally regained their composure and are able to get downfield. And now we see more pressure coming for Stromboli as they work upfield. Here's Heck over into the corner. Portland out, but not enough as J-Pow will continue to control this play. This is the play here now for Stromboli. J-Pow up over top, does it all himself. J-Pow.
Look at him. Like you said, he does it all himself. A good pickup. Look at the space that he has. Tool trying to back up. No, it's getting past you. Bambi can't get a read on it either. So Stromboli on the board first in game number 2. J-Pow with the individual play. And Portlet will try to apply some pressure, forcing J-Pow to go up. RBG, though they dropped that one, they still got some gas in the tank. It'll be Tool to pick up the mid boost. Chance to control this in the air. Touch goes towards Bambi, high off the backboard, and no one able to get a good touch. It'll fall out to Alraz. J-Pow gives it to Portlet. Portlet trying to push this mid. Bambi crashing the net, but it's off target. Tool gets beat to J-Pow. It's rolling in. Heck can't get the demo on Portlet, so Portlet will be able to completely push that one all the way through. RBG on the offense.
Keep your eye on J-Pow right now. I tell you, he's starting to really warm up here for Stromboli. Every now and then you see these players, I think it's that big goal that he scored, but then he just started to really feel what he was doing. We're seeing J-Pow reading the field so well.
Tool gets the demo, but the respawn. Bambi, he's not going to play toward the backboard. He tries to give it to Porkley so he can maintain control of possession. Porkley looking for a redirect. Oh, it's actually a nice touch, but it's slow, so Hex will be able to clear that out. Gets it right to Bambi. Infield. Alraz cuts it out. Tool gets beat out. This could be dangerous here for RBG. Pass, shot, block. Here's Heck. Shot, low. Porkley gets the save at the goal line. Tool stops the follow-up, and it will drop back in the midfield.
Not much to shoot out there for Heck, but he's got another chance here. Glorious opportunities for Heck. A little bit of better shots there, and I feel like he could have scored, especially on that first one. We're seeing the pressure here continue to mount for Stromboli as they got that first goal and have never looked back. RBG still struggling to mount offense. Good play as through mid from Heck. Ooh, I tell you what, you see those saves a lot, but if it ain't worrisome seeing those sorts of chances get given up.
It is, and look at the space we're seeing from Stromboli. No challenge in the net. That'll be the second goal for Heck. You see Alraz up on this, high off the ceiling, and Heck just in the air before Tool, who also backflips, puts it right under the bar.
Simply a matter of just beating the opponent to the ball. We're seeing Stromboli just work quicker, more confidence. They're making sure that they're winning the majority of these challenges, which of course is going to give you field possession. J-Pow with another big win and a demo with Alraz right out center. Heck is there as well. They don't get the goal, but oh, never mind. Oh! I got to stop because Tool, what a play.
Picks up the boost, sees the defense, and just a big whiff coming out there from J-Pow. Doesn't get a piece of that ball. A lot of pressure, though, as RBG was pushing down the field. They find some fight here as we approach the 1 minute mark. Kickoff going towards Tool, and he'll try to get this off the back end. Looking for a demo, looking for something. He has to leave, though. Porkley, play that high. Alraz in the air. Can Porkley beat him? He forces him to make a soft touch, which allows Tool to come up. Another one. And you see RBG trying to get in the way off ball. But Stromboli trying to move downfield. Alraz pops it up high. A whiff in front of the goal line from both sides. Porkley, good read on that ball to get a strong touch. Bambi has Porkley downfield. Here's the pass. Chance here if RBG can hold on to possession. Goes towards J-Pow. J-Pow, soft clear to midfield. Tool pushes it back in. It's high. It's going to go straight down, and Alraz can clear it as well. Nothing of anything solid for RBG. Stromboli, oh, J-Pow, he was trying to clip on him. But a chance downfield now for RBG. If they can get this one off the backboard, Tool, he drops it low. No one there to put it in. And game 2 will go to Stromboli.
Stromboli hang on there in such a close contest, doing a much better job of keeping RBG off the board, just limiting them to 1 goal that game, which is a much, much better defensive performance. We saw RBG trouble getting through mid, trouble getting any sort of sustained pressure, especially with Stromboli getting that early lead. You see 6 shots from RBG, but none really seemed too dangerous. It never really felt like they were pressing Stromboli. I think for RBG, they're a team that capitalizes on opportunities when they're given, and Stromboli just too good individually. Marked by that play you just see from J-Pow. What a goal as an individual. That's how good all 3 players are on Stromboli.
Yeah, it is. And I mean, Stromboli definitely trying to bring things back, equalize the series so far. That being said, for RBG, they had some good looks. It definitely seems like they're making most of their offensive chances based on the transition. You know what I mean? Coming downfield, and when they recognize Stromboli's defense is the weakest, and try to play off that as well. It just seemed like they were a lot slower this game. That could be between Stromboli having a lot of space, so they take the time more, or just RBG, just kind of lack of just like not feeling comfortable or not having any type of offensive presence for the majority of the game, because the possession from them a lot lower than game number 1. So
well, Stromboli's like an offensive, or I should say they're a what am I saying? The possession that they've got, they're definitely a possession-minded team where one player will make a touch, and it's usually a smart touch. If there's not a player, a teammate to work with, there's just going to be a slight, small little touch. Look to follow up, look to get that 50. You don't often see players from Stromboli just bombing the ball downfield and giving back that possession. And so for RBG, it's that much tougher just to get anything going when you don't have a team on the other side that is really giving you very much. I think RBG are going to have to fight for that possession. They're going to have to fight to regain the ball back from Stromboli, and that's really not something we've seen them be able to do once they've gone behind.
Now, it'll be based on who has a good start here as Game 3's underway. Series 1-1 between RBG and Stromboli. Heck moving that one downfield, and such a great player offensively. Look at him set up the team. Alraz with a good shot, but it is blocked out. Transition here for RBG. Bambi looking to carry that one in. Porklet with the follow-up. Tool waiting in midfield, and will he be able to cut this one out? No, it'll go all the way back downfield. A big boom for Tool. He looks to follow it up, but a good dunk from Heck. It's the back and forth between these two continue. Very speedy start here to Game 3. First 30 seconds, shots on both sides. Tool will pop this one up high, and Porklet, last man back, will be needed for this one. He can beat out J-Pow very easily. And Bambi applying pressure, but Alraz with the dominance. Oh, it's so big. Double dunk there to keep this one in midfield, but no follow-up from Stromboli. J-Pow thought he had a good chance there to push it towards Alraz, but will be cut off. Chance here for Heck if he can get there in time, but a double whiff. And a very interesting start here in game number 3. It just, both teams looking a little shaky.
Yeah, I don't know if RBG are having trouble like getting themselves in the play, or if they're electing to hold back on defense. We're not seeing a lot of challenges from RBG. That's not good. They've got to make sure to stop Stromboli from playing their game.
That's a good beat downfield. Tool, oh, he jumps, Heck's awkward. Bambi has a look, and it's off the post. Chance there for RBG with an early goal, goes by the wayside.
Yeah, that was a glorious opportunity. Now we're back downfield as Stromboli set up some chances themselves. But no, there will be no setting up because Porklet, he's going to go right back downfield. We play transition, and RBG the first to strike.
And we said it before we got into this one. Transition offense is really what RBG's kind of bread and butter is. And you saw that beautiful touch from Porklet. And now RBG, they get that first goal. They get it on the board. Now, can they hold on and can they build off this momentum? Heck, touch in front. Alraz pops it straight down to J-Pow. This one, high again. Tool will be able to put this all the way downfield to Portland. Again, a good redirect. He's been really good on those so far. Kind of 2 for 2 when the transition comes in. A good look too. Tool gets a nice pass from Bambi. So RBG, they're moving downfield with a lot of passes. Here's Alraz with a double, but it is just barely off target. And that could have been a chance for Stromboli to tie it up.
No doubt, RBG cannot leave their backboard exposed like that. Stromboli just too good, and we're seeing these passing plays open up the field for Stromboli. I know RBG have the lead right now, but they are just absolutely hanging on by the skin of their teeth as Stromboli are beginning to heat up.
J-Pow with Heck will try to save the play. Tool cuts it out before Heck can get the double. Porklet downfield to Bambi. Bambi with a good dunk too. That one's right in front of the net. Tool looking for the chip shot, but J-Pow has enough time. Alraz, a good beat on Bambi, so it pushes into the back wall. Look for the double. J-Pow looking for the shot, but Porklet will get the save on that. And Tool will help clear it out. Heck. Oh man. He was rotating back when Bambi put a banger on. And Heck will be needed. A good clear from him. He's got 3 saves. Alraz trying to push this one in. Transition play.
Oh no.
And Tool on that goal line still holds up big for RBG.
Wow. Tool was facing all 3 players of some Stromboli and said, yeah, I don't care. I'm going to push up. I'm going to snag this ball. He did just that. Took that chance and made it his. Great job for Tool. He made that 1-on-3 look easy.
So Alraz, no! It rolls off the post and goes into the net. What a play.
Oh, Tool, I'm talking good on you. Again, it was another situation where RBG really hung Tool out to dry. You can't do that over and over. You're only going to be able to make big plays in an odd man break situation so many times before players at this level make you pay. We saw that from Stromboli, and now it's a whole new game as Stromboli have been pressing, and they have this game tied up. More pressure coming. J-Pal through the mid. Can't get that. Heck, going to wait back, though. Not even needed, Dad. Look at this absolute stifling pressure from Stromboli.
Good bump, and this could be a play. 1-on-3. Bambi looking for the bump on J-Pal. J-Pal in the air very quickly. And a lot of just... you got to have your head on the swivel to keep up with these teams. Heck, trying to make a play happen. No flip reset. Tool will boom this one all the way downfield. He'll drop in front. Oh, Tool, he didn't get the boost there, so this one will fall. Bambi taking his time. Oh, look at him. He takes it up really high. Just awkward for the defense. They double commit almost all of them in that corner. Portland will keep it in play. He has Tool in midfield. Tool into the corner. J-Pal is there with a strong clear. Bambi dropping it low for Portland. He plays it back up high. And we could potentially see overtime. Alraz looking for a last-second play from Stromboli. Are they going to keep it up? I think RBG are going to. J-Pal drops it low. Portland has a chance here. Bambi creeping. Heck, didn't kill that ball. There's a demo. A good clear from J-Pal. Oh, they're keeping it up. Are they going to let that one drop? Portland to Bambi. Oh, Bambi whiffs on the ball. And we will have an OT game 3.
This is the test now for RBG. You talked about their close matches last season, their season defined by those Game 5 losses. For RBG, can they win the close series when they have an opportunity to do so? This overtime is everything.
Oh, good drop there. J-Pal with the shot off target. Portlet remains calm. He gets bumped, but he does push this into the midfield. J-Pal will try to take it off to the side. Bambi, he gave him space. So J-Pal will steal that corner boost. In front of the box, Tool, good touch. Demo's coming out from Stromboli, but RBG holding firm. Bambi will pick up his back moves, looking for a strong clear, but hits it right into J-Pal. Portlet, strong demo, forces the 50. Heck, beating out 2. So this is a very awkward spot for RBG. Bambi with the clear, good follow-up as well, and he can finally eliminate the danger.
Finally is right, man. I tell you, RBG have just been looking clears. They find a clear, and it's just right back down into their end. If RBG don't get a goal here, this could be the series for them. They need something. Ball gonna bounce out center. Alraz, though, the contain, the control there, gets that, and now J-Pal and Heck both have a chance. We're back down the other way.
It's getting fast. That one drops down in midfield. Tool in the air. He's got Portland on his left, Bambi on his right. Ball goes over Portland, and Bambi with a good challenge on Heck. Heck's been beating out that midfield defender a lot this game. And a big whiff in front of the box. Bambi can't go, so a shot will be put on. Bump the Tool. Oh my, whenever it looks like a dangerous situation, you gotta count on him.
That's another 5 saves. That's another 5 saves. That's back-to-back 5 save performances from Tool. That's the defense that we saw from RBG, but honestly, they need offense right now.
Reminiscent to RLCS today, Devo averaged 5 saves in their series against Reciprocity. And Tool, I don't know if he's averaged 5 saves so far, but that's definitely his second one in the last 3 games. So here he is again, control in midfield. Plays it into the corner. Bambi gets demo, but Tool steals a corner boost. So this one has been a tough clear for Stromboli. They move downfield, and this could be a breakaway for them. Good touch from Bambi. And now it goes the other way. Tool sitting out with a long downfield. He steals the same boost. Portlet stops it. Oh, he was looking for the flip reset on the ceiling. He'll just have to float down. And J-Pal tries to set something up. Stromboli with a chance, but just when you think they have it, gets clear out. Defense from RBG kind of stepping up here as we have 2 minutes and 52 seconds into the game 3.
Yeah, and things are settling down in overtime as well. It felt like Stromboli had a chance early, and now RBG is starting to find some of that defense that they've been so accustomed to. They need a big stop here. Get another one from Tool, his 6th. save. But this feels, as time continues to tick away, that Stromboli may let loose of this game. They're opening up the door for RBG ever so slightly.
They have to be careful, though, because RBG is a good team that plays in transition. If Stromboli overcommit on offense, it could be the game for them. Alraz pop up. Here's Heck. Oh, he's looking for the double. He does find it. Oh! He does find the defense. J-Pow not there in time. Bambi gets demoed, and Alraz will push it into midfield. Tool. Oh, he doesn't have a piece of it, so here's Bambi. That's a quick one. They would go straight down. Bambi ball out. Is there anyone? Tool in the air. Whoa, shot! It goes in! And RBG are going to take game 3 in overtime.
That is overtime right there for you in a nutshell. All of the momentum from Stromboli lost. They couldn't keep up that pressure that they had, and it takes how much? Almost a full extra game session for RBG, but they are able to hold on. They play it close, and they find a way to win these close games. That is big for them. This has been a team, as you said, Daz, they have played close, not just this season, but last season as well. If they can start winning these matches when it's close like this, you never know what this team might do.
This has got to be scary for Stromboli. First team to take 2 games off of them as we get ready. They're down in the series. This is 2-1 RBG right now. And I just had a feeling. I had a feeling before we got into this. I was like, you see this RBG team, they've been playing pretty close with teams like Omni Nation, win 5 games. Now they're really taking it to Stromboli here. And they're on the back end. This is going to be a very close series. Now, if Stromboli want to win, they have to take the next 2. But I don't think RBG are going to let them get away with it.
I don't know. This is why we're here, right? This is why we watch these games. It has been very close. Chat's been back and forth. Chat's not quite sure who to back. We went with Stromboli, but right now RBG making us even look a little bit silly. I got to say, any team at any moment can win. That is what's so great about the competition this season. You have a team that's sitting at 4-0 at the top of the standings, and now they have their backs against the wall against an 0-2 team in RBG. You never know what's going to happen. This is why we're here. This is why we play these games. Game 4, Daz. Are we going to see just RBG finally close the series out? It feels like their absolute moment. A season and a half have been leading up to this.
Potentially. It's not over till it's over. And we still have about 5 more minutes on the clock here. So RBG, can they close it out? They're looking for the pass plays for Stromboli. We haven't seen them in this position before. How will they react? Heck, awkward touch. Bambi applying some pressure here. And if you're a team that has to play Stromboli, you are watching this series. Because, again, playing down here against RBG, you might see something here. And look, oh goodness, a demo, and J-Pow will come up big for Stromboli, but I think this one was really based off the off-ball play with Alraz.
Yeah, physical play. It was actually a nice passing play that Bambi was able to cut off, but he had such desperation to get over on that passing play. Ball ends up coming right out center. I really like the vision there from Stromboli not to force the ball on net, forcing that extra touch from Bambi. Great start here from Stromboli, exactly what they're looking for, as now J-Pow up into the air, looks for that double. Can't quite get that, but we have seen Stromboli contain RBG in this series, Daz. It feels like one of those series where if Stromboli can get a big lead, that may just be it as far as the individual game.
And also, the demo plays will be huge. It's a risk-reward factor. That was a beautiful save from Portland. He's already got 3 this game. RBG on the defensive end. They got some really good defense, though. They've been able to save so many shots. I'd be interested. I need to see Statistician Stackhouse to see exactly the save totals in this series, because they have been, I haven't seen any team play this defensively in a while. That being said, Stromboli do have the lead here in game 4. A lot of space, infield pass, a good block from RBG. They're going to push it downfield. Ball in the midfield now. A Tool, he'll leave it for Bambi. He's going to push it downfield. Going to go straight down, but right to J-Pow. He cleans it to mid. Portland, little extra effort there to get it in front, but Alraz waiting for it. Good pass from mid to Heck, who gets a double touch off the wall to push it downfield even further. And although there's a demo on the back line, I believe there's a chance here in front. Heck rotated back in time, but I think the net was almost open as Tool hit it on the sidewall. And we talked about those demos coming in from Stromboli as well. Like, that's going to take a player out the field, especially if you're doing it when RBG have possession. So now RBG, a lot of possession in the offensive end. They just can't do anything with it, though.
And they're giving up chances. They can't give up chances like that. I know, again, Bambi able to come in and make that save, but it's just too much. The defense starting to really look off for RBG. All three players on the goal line. Who's got it? Somebody make a touch there. Oh, man, these are those moments for RBG that it just sometimes feels like, is this really a team that can get to that next level? They should be in control in this series. Remember, they have the 2-1 lead in this series. This is now their series to lose.
You're absolutely right, Sam. For RBG, kind of on the back end here a little bit. And it does seem like the over-aggressive kind of offense from Stromboli is starting to pay off. Heck, and getting involved big time. And so has Alraz and J-Pow just being consistent. And they've gotten some clean looks. That's going to be another save for Portland as he's gotten 4 this game. Tool with none and Bambi with 2. Alraz with a flick, no one there. Just wants to hold possession, steal the boost. J-Pow pushing this into midfield. And again in front of the box. But RBG, they're not getting any touches on the ball. They haven't been able to get a clear downfield. It's really just Stromboli running out the clock.
And it's how good Stromboli is when they make these plays. Watch as each individual player makes a smart play with the ball. It is constantly forcing the ball into awkward positions for RBG, and they just cannot catch up right now.
Portland, a lot of speed there. Loses control, but pass out. Tool only side flips, and Bambi comes up. Tool gets a demo on Heck. Bambi with a quick shot, but it is right towards Alraz, so that'll be a save made. Awkward ball, and Tool wants to get a piece of it, but it just looks awkward here as he tries to back pass it right into J-Pow. 30 seconds left here, and at this point, unless we see some quick plays from RBG, we're going into Game 5 territory.
Game 5, you talked about that Game 5 too for RBG and how deadly it has been. A team that's felt like they have been so close, but have been always looking for that confident game finisher, right? That finishing touch. Looking for the kill shot, if you will, and they're just not finding it right now. It's going to be yet another Game 5 as Stromboli battle back here, and it's convincing, I have to say. It's a shutout for Stromboli, and it really felt like from start to finish in that game, it was entirely Stromboli's game. The way that they play, they're just too good as individuals. RBG are going to have to do one of two things. They're going to have to start winning some of these 50s and coming out with those individual efforts, which I don't know that they can do that. I think really the alternative is string together passing plays, work together, force Stromboli to look uncomfortable, because all of a sudden Stromboli are beginning to really play their game.
They are. Now, Game 5 territory for RBG. And at this point, I'm feeling a little confident in my Stromboli prediction. That being said, if RBG can win here, it would be miles towards the right step for this team. But only one shot from RBG.
Wow.
And I don't know. It's really hard to see them kind of bounce back here in Game 5. Like you said, Stromboli, so much pressure. 12 shots to 1 for this squad. So going into this next matchup, Sam, I mean, I don't know. What do you? How are you feeling? I really feel honestly, like you're leaning on the Stromboli heavily here. I think you.
I think I am. No, you're totally right. Honestly, it doesn't feel like we should even be going to game 5. I think Stromboli have had the better of the play. We saw one game, Bambi just popped off, just absolutely elevated his game, but we haven't seen that consistency across matches and across games as well. Let me get myself back in this party here, make sure we keep this game going. Psionics and the servers trying to do us wrong, but nothing's going to stop us from getting to this game number 5 here. So we're going to get this party back going here. We're going to get our game number 5 in. But Daz, I really do feel like Stromboli have the momentum right now. And not only do they have momentum, I think they have played better.
I can agree. I do think that Stromboli had like completely controlled that game 4. It did seem like they had so much momentum going, and for RBG they kind of fell flat. It did seem like, you know, they just let off the gas pedal a little bit, which was the opposite of what they needed to do. So I mean, looking as we get into game 5, RBG, pressure's on at this point. You know, potential here to get like I believe one of, if not the biggest upset so far in the rival series season, and kind of eliminate that game 5 curse, so to speak, from them, because although they've been able to get to game 5 and play this series really close, it's rare that they close it out. So
yeah, this could be season defining here for RBG Esports. Is it a lot of the same that we've seen, or do they finally break that mold for this team? It's no bigger game than this one right here.
Good way to end the night here on the B stream. Porklet coming up for the shot. Oh, just off the top corner, but he does get it through. So already a good start for RBG. They got 2 shots in the first 30 seconds. Same can be said for Stromboli as they're looking for some quick plays. That was going to go straight down to Porklet. He gets it past Alras. Good B from Bambi as Heck was looking to crash the net. So now both teams kind of readjusting here as this one will be sent to Stromboli for possession. They're trying to hammer it off the backboard. Heck goes up for that one and doesn't get a piece of it at all. So Alras, third man, will come up big for his team in terms of keeping this ball in the RBG. And that's where you see Stromboli really strive, when they have that consistent offensive pressure. Another shot and it will fall. J Powell strikes first in game 5.
Man, even though we see RBG try to elevate their speed, they're playing faster here. It's still a lot of the same. Back on defense, requiring saves to be made. This is not a position that you want to be in. And for Stromboli, their presence cannot be understated. They continue to match everything that RBG are bringing.
So, good drop there. Porkler looking for a quick shot, forces 2 up. Heck, Demo's Tool, who was third man there, was going to apply more pressure, give the possession through, but Tool will instead have to pick up a save after the respawn. It's going to go straight down, and they crash the net. They almost get a goal from it, but this one will go to Tool as the offense from Stromboli. I mean, so much pressure.
Yeah, already the 5th shot on net for Stromboli. They continue with that speed. J-Pow up over top, look, doesn't get it, but you're going to see Heck just wait this shot out. That will continue to keep the presence and pressure for Stromboli. They're so quick to the ball, and then once they get to the ball, they make a smart play as well. So tough to defend against.
Good enough tool on the J-Pow will slow things down, but now all Stromboli have to do is wait for RBG, see if they can get a good challenge in. That went on. Quick ball, and it'll be a lot of space for J-Pow. Played off the corner. And Stromboli, they pick this one right up off of the midfield every time. Heck, I like that. He lands on the ground, uses the wave dash. Still tries to keep that one in play. Alras cutting it off. It's always in the midfield line. That ball gets cut off every time when you think RBG got to play downfield. Sometimes even sooner. They finally get it past, but it's short-lived. Alras will boom it right back in. This has kind of been the name of the game so far in game 5. Just consistent offense from Stromboli.
Yeah, and we're not even seeing RBG really make challenges right now. As a start, they've got to get into the face of Stromboli, stop some of this speed, and then they have got to win the challenges. But honestly, we're not even seeing some of those challenges. We need a player for RBG always in the face of Stromboli on all of this. If not, these touches are just too good.
RBG again with the clear downfield. It's always getting boomed back into their own territory.
So smart. Wow.
As Stromboli want to continue to hold on to the offense here. And look at the redirect right back to Heck, who can push this downfield. He's looking for a bump, but Bambi remains calm. And all it takes is one good play for RBG. They can get things back on the right end. It drops straight down, forces everyone out. And Alraz will clear it back downfield for Stromboli.
You make a great point. This staying at 1-0, Daz, this is in RBG's favor just a little bit. They got to keep it close because you never know what might happen. One defensive miscue, and we could have a whole game. If this stays 1-0, RBG have a chance.
Oh, Heck with the flick. He gets past Bambi. Ball in front. Tool, he will lose the challenge to J-Pow, but Bambi just comes back. He has 100 boosts. He just has to win the challenge. Porklet will clear this one all the way out. Now, RBG on the offense. Can they hold on to possession? Big thing for them. Tool shot. Oh, he was looking for the top corner. It was on too. But J-Pow with the save. Tool looking for the demo. Oh my goodness, he bumps the defense and Portland comes up big.
What a bump. It was Tool, starts off that play, sees Porklet's got an opportunity, turns right back around and bumps Heck through, out of the goal line. RBG used the physical play to their favor. We got 40 seconds to go and we are tied up.
Ball off the kickoff, and it turns into a shot on from J-Pow. A little bit of confusion there on the bump, and Porklet will try to make a good touch. A big win, though, for RBG in the final 30 seconds.
Oh, somebody push, somebody push. They got him right here.
Ball out. Heck will play that into his own sidewall. Porklet tries to come up for a challenge. Tool will get the win. Can Porklet get a beat here? No, it does go back to their own territory, but Tool trying to move it downfield. Bambi redirect. Can he find the double? No, he doesn't. Heck with the beat. But it's Porklet. This one right in front. He needs to pass it to Tool. It's last second here in game 5. It goes to high. Tool will get a piece of it. It drops straight down. J-Pow will clear it off to the side. It goes back in. Alraz towards Porklet. Porklet with the touchdown. Bambi pops it up. Tool in the air. That one straight down in front, but it will drop. And we're in OT.
Oh my God, what are we watching here right now? This has been the series we have had tonight, and it has been against this Stromboli team leading the top of the standings. RBG now one more goal from the upset.
Porklet, good challenge in front. It'll go downfield. He got Tool creeping up. Tool with the turn. Oh, but he misses the touch. Bambi, Monka S 50-50. As it just works out in his favor. Pressure here for Stromboli, but RBG, they play it slow. Soft challenge. Heck pass 1. Bambi waits no time to get to that ball. He's looking to beat out J-Pow, who respects him, but no boost on Bambi, so it will be a soft one. Good win for Porklet. Does he have the double? No. It will drop. He's looking for the bump on Heck. Heck can't get a piece of it, but Alraz remains calm. He's looking to push downfield. Both teams kind of scrambling on offense and defense as we open up this overtime back and forth possession between both the two teams. Bambi high ball to Heck. Tool waiting. He's going to try to give it towards Porklet. Porklet, oh, he doesn't have enough speed. It's right towards Bambi, though. Perfect position from the RBG player. Porklet will touch that one and still boost, and it'll allow Alraz to get a strong clear. Big clear from Tool downfield to Bambi. Off the backboard, it's speedy. Porklet shot, oh, it's just off. Tool will keep it in play. J-Pow will block the shot from Bambi, but we're seeing a lot of good offense here from RBG. They're moving downfield. They have double commits on defense from Stromboli, and Stromboli, this is the shakiest we've seen them look so far in this game 5.
No doubt, maybe the shakiest we've seen them this season, but no!
No way!
Not like this!
No way! Oh, he flips back and own goals.
Oh my, I can't believe it. I can't believe it. I had wanted Stromboli and still was really pulling for RBG there, Daz. Can you believe what a way to go out? RBG had all of the momentum. They tied it up late, got it to overtime, and they were really controlling the play there. Oh my God, Vod, you got to come in because I can't talk. I'm speechless.
Goodness.
Oh my God.
Oh my goodness. Oh no. Why? The curse was supposed to be broken. all of us were thinking before this series that it was bound to happen at this point. Even the games leading up to this one, in this season alone of the Rivals Series, 3-2 against Omni for their first series, and then 3-1 against Team Chaos, and unfortunately, they were still very close in that series, but couldn't take it. Now, they got down to the wire, looked like they were pushing it all the way through, and then for an own goal to happen there was so much going on offense for RBG. They were giving it their all. They had to if they wanted the victory against Stromboli. Unfortunately, just did not prove to be enough there as well. But oh my gosh, that was amazing to see all across the board. RBG, Stromboli, RBG, unfortunately, they have not been able to yet, but they are so close. They are on the precipice of winning one of those crucial Game 5s. We'll have the rest of the season to see if they can do it. Any other thoughts after I've given both of you a moment to just catch your breath from that incredible series? I even talked about it before we got into this stream. I'm like, that third game of the night, it's going to be a good one. And it definitely was.
You were right. You were right, Vod. You were right. We questioned you. Why did we question you? That was by far the best match of the night. Oh, my.
I just can't believe it. I did, like, my heart sank when I saw that.
Oh my goodness.
I really, wow, you got to feel for him, man. You have to feel for him. That's so unfortunate. They could have won that series.
No doubt. But didn't we talk about that, right? We talked about the curse of the Game 5 for this team. Don't let it get to Game 5 because it just seems like things don't go their way once we get to that point. But I'm a fan. I mean, I gave them trouble even last season. I will say they were last season. RBG, formerly Zookeepers, I got to hand it to you. You gave it your absolute all. But for Stromboli, the cream does rise to the crop. They show they can close out a series when they need to. It's like, especially if you get an own goal.
It's like your predictions, right? Like, the prediction's cool.
I
like,
feel
okay,
bad.
The prediction right, but, like, you're like, not like that, man.
No.
Not like that.
Oh,
that's heartbreaking.
It is very heartbreaking, but if any team can do it, I feel like they can do it. And you both mentioned it before, that RBG, they were able to kind of help a team, whatever way they did, get into the RLCS of Flight. Now we're seeing if they can do it with Zookeepers now as RBG. They have lost 3 games, but it is arguably against the top teams in the rival series this season. They lost against Omni Nation, who are 4-0. They lost against Chaos Esports Club, who are 2-1 and also doing pretty good, sitting at third in the standings as we look at them right now. The standings are so close at the top, especially with Charlotte Phoenix and Mirage both at 2-2. They still can change, even though RBG and 72-Pin Connector are at 0-3. This entire standings could pretty much be flipped on its head, apart from Stromboli and Omni Nation cementing themselves in those top spots.
Exactly, right? Stromboli and Omni Nation going to be teams to beat, but they've played pretty much most of their series already. So for the rest of the rival series, you got to look at the teams that don't have a lot of games in, which is Monkey Business, RBG, even Warriors for so far. Like, those teams now have they have their fate in their hands, and we've seen how they play against the top, but it's that middle spot now. I mean, we still have, a battle for that top 3 to see who can make it into promotion playoffs, as well as the other 4 through 6 standings to see, who can come back for season 10 of the rival series. So there's still a lot to play for. There's still a lot of time for RBG to bounce back. It's just, man, that one just hurt.
Yeah, especially against the top team. You're trying to make that statement. You're trying to knock down these guys who have played so well. You get it to Game 5. I think this is definitely going to be one that they're going to be thinking about, but at the same time, a lot to build on here because they were playing so well. I even thought they had the better of that overtime until they had that miscue. You guys talk about the standings. I do think things are still up in the air for some of those teams near the end there, but I tell you, for the teams that have remained undefeated, they have really established themselves at the top, because we talked about first and how important it is to make your way right into RLCS, and then number 2 and 3, they're going to be over into the promotion playoffs, so that's even bigger. So really 1, 2, and 3 are the spots to really look out for. And right now at the top, when we see Stromboli and Omni Nation, they've got a real good grips on potentially that 1 and 2 spot. So that fight for the 3rd spot, that's going to get nuts.
Yeah.
I mean, it's going to be insane just like looking at the middle of the pack. There's so many teams that are like neck and neck, and it can still just be flipped on its head for all those teams. Going to be great to see how the remaining weeks of North American Rival Series goes for this season, but it is going to be the book closed on this week's results. Amazing to see the performances from all these teams. Unfortunate for RBG Esports, but if they continue with where they left off, don't let that get them down. Take the week off just to relax and then get hard into those scrims. They'll be looking pretty strong going into the remainder of the Rival Series itself. So thank you both for joining me on this broadcast and sharing the pain that we all experienced at the end of that series. As we are going to say goodnight here on Rival Esports. Make sure to follow us on Twitter, Rival Esports GG, as well as use the hashtag Rivals if you want to tweet about your pain as well from that series. And also make sure to join our Discord and the lovely community we have here, !Discord in the chat. There are so many great people that you can interact with on our Discord and great people there as well. But that is all for the night. Thank you all again for tuning in, and we will see you next week again.